right, we got Nesquik Juice back once again in another video. Welcome back, sir.
Welcome back.
All right, so essentially we are going to be going through every single one of the megas. We have 9 mega evolutions. It looks like this is going to be like the last official announcements for mega evolutions, which is why I thought this was like the right time to go over every single one of these guys' abilities right now. Now we could end up seeing another mega before launch, but I really do think that we probably won't see any more since the last Nintendo Direct they decided to show us 5. You know, I feel like that's 5 for just like, here, shut up, and then we just kind of just sit there until the game drops. But also a lot of other outlets of news have said that we're not going to get anything until the game drops. So with that being said, what we're analyzing here today is stuff that's purely competitive and all that and whatnot. We're not necessarily looking at lore stuff, so we're gonna do what we do best in theory craft everything from the first announcement to the latest announcement. So let's go ahead and get into it. So like you said, we have
Wait, you haven't pulled up. I hadn't pulled up on my
oh no, I got you, bro. That's why I said you can share. No, I told you, bro. I got you. I have stayed up all night for this. So with that being said, well, I don't know, what were you gonna say about Mega Dragonite? Because there's a few things that I wanted to bring up specifically, like about its lore and whatnot.
Yeah, so I'm gonna let you do that first because I have something to say that has to do with that as well.
All right, so it says right here, it soars around using the large wings on its head. Mega Dragonite has distinctive Dragonair-like features such as the pearl on its tail and wings on its head that can act as feelers. Thanks to Mega Evolution, Dragonite can now fly faster and farther than before. And then it says, even its kind-hearted nature is powered up. For Mega Dragonite, ending a Pokemon match quickly is an act of kindness towards its opponent. Its kind-hearted nature gets amplified when it Mega Evolves, and it launches powerful attacks at its opponents with a smile. At the same time, if it senses someone in trouble, it has the kindness to instantly rush to their aid, even if it's in the middle of an intense battle. So that's all the lore, right? So I don't know what you wanted to say about the lore specifically.
Yeah, so for the lore specifically, right? I mean, for one thing, let's get this misconception out the way. I mean, this was already said, like, on the release of this thing being revealed, but this thing was like never on that demon time. There is no giant D-Knight. There is no this thing like, oh my god, it should have been so edgy. Like, bro's been jolly go free. Like,
a goober.
Launches heavy attacks with kindness. Like, bro, he might be a demon low key even still, because that's an insane statement.
Well,
but secondly,
it's an angel, bro.
Yeah, it is. Secondly, I want you to peep like what it says. Where is it at? If it senses someone in trouble, it has a kindness to instantly rush to their aid, right?
Yeah.
So as we know, its base or its hidden ability is multi-scale.
Right.
Multi-scale is a really insane ability, but major problems with it, at least singles wise, is that you typically like take damage from hazards and all that, or like status, etc. Right. There's like ways to get around multi-scale and not like be able to proc it. So for the hidden abilities that I want to go over for Mega Dragonite would be like, so regardless if it takes secondary chip, like not from a primary move, but like from stealth rocks or like any statuses, confusion, etc., that doesn't count towards multi-scale, but instead like the first attack that it receives, like regardless of its HP, will still proc multi-scale.
So you think any attack in general gets cut down by what? Like, is it half? Is that multi-scale's half?
Yeah, it's half.
So you're saying multi-scale plus, essentially. I get it.
Yeah, multi-scale plus. And then I thought about this like just before we got into the call, actually.
Right.
But since it like wants to like if it senses any trouble, like it will rush for aid. What I was thinking as well, this might be insane, but it also applies like safeguard to the party as well.
So you want it to be more of a support, like esque, like support offensive mon, somewhat.
Yes, like it's able to
Okay.
tank hits, and then like for the party, it applies safeguard, which like everybody will be protected from status and all that, as long as D Knight is out.
I had a similar ability that I was thinking of. I mean, the first ability that I thought of specifically was to just keep multi-scale and just let it do its thing, and just make it a more Dragonite, right? Like just take what Dragonite already has and beef it up. But if they want to do something different with it, I was honestly thinking, like, with the way that the wings look, it looks like very angelic and all that. I was honestly gonna say Magic Bounce. Like, give it Magic Bounce or some shit. But that, I feel like that might be kind of crazy. I was thinking either Magic Guard or Magic Bounce. Just that way.
I think Magic Guard could make sense. Yeah.
Yeah, like just so it could be protected from, you know, what's it called? The non-volatile status moves or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's probably, I don't know what they could actually do with this to not make it insanely busted. I've seen people say Aerialite.
Yeah, that's the.
Not-
I'm glad you brought that up.
Not
I do
into
not
that.
want this thing to have Aerialate because that's the cop out
Aerialate, yeah.
answer. That's like the easy way out to make this
Yeah.
thing really strong, and I hope they don't go that route and they make each and every Pokemon like unique. Maybe
Right,
not new abilities, right? But bro, like Dragonfly and Aerialate, come on, we're fucking around.
I could see them giving this thing a new ability. Like a lot of the Pokemon from Generation 9 just got 2 abilities put into one, and it was just
That's true.
stupid. Like I don't know, but I do think that if they really wanted to like give this thing something broken and shit, like if they wanted to give it multi-skill type shit, it could be like a multi-skill plus that makes non-volatile moves not work on it, right? Like it's Magic Guard plus multi-skill, and then they just like run with that, which I feel like would be insanely broken. Or no, actually, I don't think it would be that broken because all you would have to do is just damage it once, right? And then you could apply status moves, something like that. They could do something like that. I don't know.
They
Something
can do
similar.
something like that. I didn't think about it working in tandem with like multi-scale, but yeah, I do like that line of thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. They'd have to call it something else. But is there anything else ability-wise that you wanted to go over, or are you good to go into the stats?
I'm good to go on the stats. I want to lock like what I said in.
Okay, so looking at base Dragonite's stats, we have.
Yeah, you really went in.
No, I was going crazy, right? Looking at base Dragonite's stats, it's not obviously this thing is broken as shit. Like this thing has been good since Gen 1. Like it has not. I don't think there's a generation that it has been bad in. I can't think of one. I mean, maybe Gen 9 it wasn't as used, but even with terrestrialization, this thing has been like.
I would say like Gen 9,
demon.
I got better.
Right? Yeah, that's
Like
what I was saying.
paranormal E speed.
Yeah.
Like VGC wise, this thing has never saw play until like this generation. Singles, I mean, this thing has always been good in singles.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, looking at stats, HP 91, not too bad. As we know though, going into this also for anybody that doesn't know, Mega Evolutions always get a 100 BST boost, which is like a base stat total boost. So we're going to be seeing like some pretty big changes for Dragonite, and I don't know which direction they're going to sort of lean in.
Yeah.
I was looking at a lot of the pictures. If you remember the pictures from before, they show a lot of hyper beams. They show a lot of Draco meteors and all that. And it made me think that they're probably going to lean in to the special attacking side a little bit more for Mega Dragonite. So I feel like they're going to do like, in my opinion, this is how it's probably going to go. They're going to leave defenses as is, or if anything, they increase the defense by 5. So
Yeah,
that
like
it's
100, right?
Right, and then everything else goes into special attack, speed, and maybe a little bit into attack. So I'm thinking like, yeah, maybe 5 into defense, maybe 20 into speed, so it could just hit that base 100 speed threshold or that speed tier, right? And then everything else goes into special attack, so you get like what? Well, maybe not everything else actually. Actually, now I think about it. Yeah, no. Actually, let's do I was gonna say maybe 40 goes into special attack. So hit 140 because that's still extremely good. You maybe do 20 for the, or let's just do 21 for the regular attack because I don't like that number. 134 is kind of crazy to me. I like it rounded to the fives. So maybe like 21. Right. Which gives
well,
it
that's
like
155,
what?
right?
155, yeah, 155 its base attack, which is not the highest that we've seen for a mega Pokemon yet, right? And then you do like I said, 5 into the defenses. So that's what, 26 plus 40, that's 66. Shit, if they wanted to, they could put some stuff into its defense because I don't think they're gonna give it a shit ton of speed. I guess they could do like what, 30 into
I think the max I
speed
could see
for
this
110
thing is like 110. Yeah,
yeah,
exactly.
110 because I can't see it. I mean, because it talks about how fast it is, and I could see it getting to the 110 speed tier, but like I feel like with extreme speed being on its like roster, it doesn't need a bunch of speed.
Right. I think the max I could see this thing cap out is probably like 120 maximum, but even that is like a
ridiculous.
little insane for me.
Right,
yeah.
Because even that, I mean, you're still getting outsped by like Meowscaradas and other Pokemon, and if you don't get multi-scale, Ice Shard will probably still do a decent amount, but it's still kind of gross to look at this thing and think it's going to get 100 stats extra added on. The only saving grace is that it's not going to get any.
Could easily
item.
mess this thing up though, but they could
You
also
think
make
so?
this thing broken. It's like there's no in between.
Do you think without multi-scale it's bad, or like if it's not as good as multi-scale, like defensively it's bad?
It depends, because Inner Focus has applications in VGC not being able to be hit by Intimidate and all that, right?
That is true.
But
yeah.
but like multi-skill as a skeleton, I mean, that's one of the most powerful abilities a Pokemon could have, and it was introduced with D-Knight, right?
Yeah,
Like as
D-Knight
an
and then
ability, I think so.
Lugia too, right? D-Knight and Lugia
Yeah,
both got
yeah,
it at the same
yeah,
time.
Lugia.
I think, yeah, dude, this thing's gonna get scale shot too. Like, I don't know. I can't imagine the speed being too high. It's just gonna be a demon. But if they put too much into its bulk, I feel like it's gonna just be too hard to get rid of. Maybe not too hard to get rid of. We have like
91 HP,
yeah,
which is not being moved. By the way, HP is like the only stat chat where they cannot move it.
yeah.
But like 91 HP as a base, and then already working with like nigh 100 across the board, almost.
This thing's basically a mythical. Like, I don't know. Like, looking at the stats, basically. Yeah, this thing's gonna be a monster. I don't know. I'm still under the impression that it's gonna just lean more into the special attack and just become a mixed attacker. Just because I feel like it should be dropping Dracos a little bit more often, you know? And stronger Dracos would be insane. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to you. We will more than likely get like leaks of these guys' stats relatively soon, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like within like the next couple weeks. So I guess we'll see. Or we could wait for the official release of the stats. Who knows? I guess. But I'm very sure though that this thing is gonna be nasty no matter what. Like even if it gets a bad ability, I think that just the combination of, first of all, 134 attack stat, even if they don't move it at all, right? This thing's getting 100 base stats added onto it, right? Like it's going to be good, guaranteed. It's gonna have what, 700 BST? It's going to be good, I think. Even with like 4 times weakness to ice and then fairy types being introduced and all that, and just all these other Pokemon just being just gross and nasty, I think they're gonna give this thing something, you know?
I do kind of wish they did make this like a Dragon Fairy, because this would be like the second Dragon Fairy mega evolution, by the way, because Altaria is the other one. But I mean, I digress.
Yeah, no, I agree. All right, well, moving on from Dragonite, then we could go ahead and look at our next mega evolution, which is Mega Victory Bell. So I'll go ahead and look at some of the lore here because I feel like some of the lore that they talk about here is a lot more like I could theorize a little bit more, right? So here it says nearly overflowing with acid. The energy of Mega Evolution has produced such a large amount of acid within Mega Victory Bell's body that it has to wrap its own throat to prevent the acid from spilling out. As a result, it doesn't keep its mouth open while waiting for prey like Victory Bell does. Instead, it actively goes after prey to take it down in a distinctively aggressive style. Its massive body can deliver tackles that are packed with destructive force. I'm not gonna lie to you, based off of that excerpt alone, it sounds like it's
Yeah.
gonna still have a decent physical attack stat, right? Moving on though, this sweet smelling acid can melt steel. When all that acid has matured, it smells sweet enough to make others dizzy. Mega Victory Bell waves the leaves on the top of its head to waft the scent towards opponents, immobilizing them and giving it an edge in battle. The acid's melting capabilities are also powered up. It can even melt through concrete or steel. So trainers who use Mega Victory Bell in battle will need to keep that in mind. So, I don't know if you got anything you want to say about this first, but I feel like
It's like night and day
certain way.
obvious what
Yeah,
they're gonna do with this thing. I mean, we've even talked about it off air, but like maybe like give it a signature move similar to freeze dry, where it hits
right.
steel moves for super effective. They
Yeah,
can give it corrosion, which to be fair, corrosion would only work like
if you
with like
toxic it.
poison status. Yeah, it could
Yeah,
toxic. Um, not either way, corrosion makes sense on this thing. It's not like crazy.
I feel like
Um,
corrosion plus would just be better,
yeah,
just in general.
yeah, I agree.
Just let them attack steel types with poison type moves, right? It doesn't even need to be super effective. It'd be cool if it was super effective though. Like if it's like acid melting through steel, and they made it super effective against steel types. That'd be dope. But like corrosion as an ability is like the most underwhelming shit ever. Also, it's on Salazzle of all
Yeah,
Pokemon, so it's I don't know. I'm just not like it could toxic maybe one steel type and then it dies the next turn to like an earthquake or some shit. I don't know, bro. It's like
with the way we're presented with this thing, I mean, this thing doesn't even look like it's going to die. And then despite the way it looks, I mean, if you look at not like the scary trailer,
right. No, yeah, I remember.
but like the gameplay trailer, the thing was kind of like
It was
moving.
moving. It was moving a little bit. Okay, if we're gonna go into the stats of it all, looking at Victory Bell, it doesn't have that great of like defenses and speed. Like bulk wise, HP is pretty decent, right? HP is all right. The attack stats, these are workable. Defenses and speed, also workable, but we're gonna have to split up a lot of the shit, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know where you would put a lot of these stats because base Victory Bell feels kind of decent only because it has chlorophyll as an ability, right?
Right.
Like it's okay, but I'd rather use Venusaur personally, but I mean shit, if I could use Victory Bell, then yeah, I'll just run the chlorophyll build because it'll give it like 140 base speed, right? But assuming that we have a mega I mean, we obviously have a mega, but assuming the ability changes with the mega evolution, do you think it still gets chlorophyll so that it can chase after people like you saw in the trailer? Or do you think we're gonna just move on from that and just, like you said, give it the corrosion plus and stuff like that? Because the speed stat looks kind of lacking, and I don't know if they want to touch it that much in order to make this thing decent.
It's weird. I think it could be a toss up from either way because visually, I mean, you don't think this thing is that quick, but then like in the gameplay, I don't know, it's like chasing everyone around. I think they can go either way. I mean, gameplay is gameplay. We don't like
That is
know the
true.
stats for this thing.
Yeah.
Um, one thing that I didn't note from the jump is that I don't want any stats to be like wasted or like them kind of like going this balance route where they put like everything into every stat instead of like focusing on everything. D Knight
Yeah.
is the exception though, because I think D Knight is like a balanced Pokemon kind of. But with
Yeah.
this thing, um, I want this thing to be like a bulky attacker, but without just straight out copying Venusaur.
I get that. I think it being physical would probably help with that a lot more too, but it just depends on what its move or ability is. I think if they made this thing like a physical version of Venusaur and like give it like what, maybe 40 into attack, maybe 50, it might need the 50. And just leave its special attack where it is, because 100 special attack is serviceable, you know, for a mixed attacker, still be used somewhat. And then maybe give it, I would give it like what, 25 in each stat, and then just call it a day. Like you get what, 95 special defense, 90 defense, and then you get the 80 HP. And then the speed, like I said, I can't imagine the speed getting moved or touched at all, but that's where I would kind of put it at, just because I feel like the attack needs to be somewhat good in order for it to, you know,
the only way I could see the speed moving is actually if they cut the speed. Like I said, this would, yeah, make it slower. It would kind of go against what they were showing in the trailer, right? But I mean, we're not like, we're familiar with them moving around stats before to accommodate for better stats or make them worse in Garchomp's case. But
yeah.
I mean, Beedrill is right there.
That is true. Beedrill is there.
Batmon didn't do anything.
But that is potential, man, of the Mega Evolutions, bro. I swear.
Yeah.
So my question then becomes, we already know this thing is going to stay grass, poison. And we already know that based on like what the thing has said, or the what was it, the excerpt has said, that it actually draws in its opponents with its smell and shit. Do you think that it might be able to get a move that allows like its opponents to like get their speed lower? Like I'm thinking that that's how it might be used, although 70 base speed doesn't really feel fast enough to actually make use of that. But like maybe it's like a signature move. I'm thinking also, chat, just so that everybody knows, my theory from like the first couple trailers that we've gotten, or not the first couple, like the latest couple trailers that we've gotten, is that all these Pokemon are just going to get like a signature move or something, or a signature ability. And if this thing doesn't get corrosion, I'm assuming that its signature move that talks about the aromas and drawing opponents in might make it to where either there's like priority for this thing, which I think would be fucking insane.
No, yeah, I mean,
or it lowers their
invasion,
I don't know,
right?
speed or evasion. Yeah, speed or evasion. Probably evasion, because it talks about drawing them in. It's probably evasion, or something like that. But I don't know what a move would be like, because it looks like it's obviously going to be poison, right? Like based off of the images that we've seen. But I don't know. I don't know how you'd feel about a poison type move that can poison, melt through steel or whatever, or like it's super effective against steel types, and it also lowers the Pokemon's evasion. Like I feel like that might be a lot to stack onto it.
That's a lot, but I mean, are we immune from seeing a lot nowadays? We have
that is true.
Urshifu that exists.
Urshifu exists. Baxcalibur's there.
Fucking Shadow Rider. Like Shadow I don't know.
Yeah,
I know. A lot of those guys are just legendaries, right? But these are mega evolutions. Like they have to go all out.
That's true. All right. So then, if that's the case, do you think Mega Victory Bell is going to end up being good when the game drops, or at least when it comes to Showdown and Pokemon Champions?
I really want this thing to be good. Actually, the fact that its flavor text states that it can melt through steel with its poisons, I think this thing has to see play somewhere, right? Because that's really strong.
Yeah, I think
like you're hitting berries, and then the one thing that it's a silver bullet, it's going to potentially hit.
That is true. That is true, actually. Yeah, now I think about it, this thing could be, if the flavor text is anything to go off of, I would say this thing could definitely have a niche against fairy types, steel types, and then what? Obviously, like water, grass types, you know, just the ground rock, like a bunch of other types, right? Because if you add steel into it, then this thing can kind of hit everything for neutral, right? It gets like bolt beam
Right.
coverage without being bolt beam, but that's only if it's able to hit steel types also. Yeah, no, I think this is a cool addition for Pokemon. But let's go ahead and move on to the next one that got added, which was Halucha.
Man.
Yeah, this thing is gonna be very, very interesting. So it says it clinches victory using its powerful flying press. It uses its muscles bulked up by Mega Evolution to take hit after hit from opponents' moves and flex its own strength. After luring its opponent into attacking, it retaliates to make them flinch before diving at them using its signature move, Flying Press, to aim for victory. A showboating entertainer who hypes up a crowd. Before Mega Evolving, Halucha would sometimes let its guard down as it became caught up in parading its flashy moves. But with newfound confidence in its own defensive capabilities, it can now show off again and again to both its opponent and its trainer. It lifts both hands and spreads its wings, constantly putting its beauty and tough pectoral muscles on full display. I'm not gonna lie to you, reading all this, it feels like Flying Press is going to get a buff.
I hope
it is.
I hope that it does, because Flying Press as a move, like in theory, has the potential to be one of the most broken moves ever, but it doesn't work that way. It applies both of its typings in a way to where it's not like separate but combined. So
yeah, it's weird.
It sucks really bad. It needs to be able to, like, for example, Flying Press hits rock types the way it should be intended, and not
Right.
like, oh, it just hits neutral because it's a flying type. Like, it has to hit both. Or like Flying Press hits grass type. I mean, Flying Press could already hit grass types, right?
Right.
But there's bugs where Flying Press would be able to hit, but it hits neutral because, I mean, fighting
type
attacks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it needs to be able to hit both and not like just combined.
I'm gonna be honest, I think the only thing that it needs, like you said, is to just change its not the flavor text, just like the way that it's coded to being whatever is super effective. Because nobody uses Flying Press. People are gonna still use CC, but I could definitely see people using Flying Press over this, over close combat. If
I mean, Flying
First of
Press
all,
has
they gotta give it
potential.
extra
100
attack, too.
power, 95
100.
accuracy.
yeah, I think they would need to. Also, yeah, no, it's just good. That's just a good move. I don't know. I think they just kind of like neutered it, but it's okay though, because Halucha is still a good Pokemon. You could still use like Unburden Halucha with the like. I mean, back in Gen 6, I don't remember what you would use. Is it just like citrus berry shit, or like you use like whatever berry shit and then use the Unburden, or like
Yeah, pretty much. It would
something like that?
depend. Or like anything that's what is it? It's just consumable, right?
Consumable moves, yeah, or items. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so like weakness as well. If
Weakness policy,
I mean,
yeah. If you
its
survive.
stats doesn't, yeah, stats doesn't
Yes.
justify weakness policy. There's like a whole bunch of tech you could run with this thing. Unburden was really strong. It's really strong in singles, and it got better with terrain because you could just
Yeah.
proc this thing very easily now.
Grassy Seed was like one of the biggest applications I could see, because you get the defense boost with Grassy Seed, and then you get the speed boost, and then if you could get like a Swords Dance off without dying, dude, you kind of win. You kind of just win a little bit. Which, I mean, obviously, I think, in my opinion, based off of stats and based off of what the flavor text is also saying, if we're looking at what its Mega Evolution stats could end up being, they obviously bring up attack and defense getting an increase. I don't think speed is getting touched at all, right? I think its speed is good. Like 118 speed is not too bad. I think if they're going to
Some
increase
people
it,
were talking about lowering its speed, which I hope they don't do.
they can't do that. They can't. I know it makes
Yeah.
sense to do it because he's bigger, he's broader, he has bigger muscles, right? But if they lower his speed at all, even if it's just like 110 flat, this thing becomes ass immediately. Not ass, but it's just like you miss out on outspeeding so many Pokemon, right? Like I can't.
Yeah,
think of
118
anybody in
is
that tier.
so
but-
unique to where it outspeeds like the above average Pokemon,
Yeah.
but it doesn't like speed blitz any of the higher tiers that it's like below.
And I think that just makes it average, right? Like it just makes it not just average, but like it makes it like balanced.
Makes it have a
Because
pretty good niche, yeah.
right. But yeah, I think they're bro, I'm looking at these stats. I'm not gonna lie to you. Looking at the defense and special attack being so similar pisses me off. I do think they need to take some of the special attack off just a little bit because there's no reason for it to have that much.
If they want to
special
go
attack,
in,
bro.
they're like nuking its special attack, but that's wet dream scenario.
Yeah. I think they give it what? Oh, because it's not going to be able to have an item, right? So it's not going to be choice. It's not going to be able to have life orb anymore. I think the attack needs to be fat, right?
Right.
Dude, I'm going to be honest. Just put 15 to attack and defense, call it a day. Low key, that's all you need to do. I think that thing is already like what? Decently bulky, right? If it gets like the 50 defense boost, 78 HP isn't terrible, right? But like, what else could you possibly do? Like, this thing is supposed to be able to take hits. Like, I'm assuming they mean physical hits. And I've seen people,
Which brings up another
Yeah.
thing, because people have been
I
tossing
think they're
around
the
this
same
thing
shit.
getting stamina.
Yeah, which I wouldn't be mad about. I would not be mad about. Give this thing stamina. It can tank hits. If you give it like 50 into defense, that gives it what? That's like 125 defense. That's pretty serviceable to me. If they take away some special
and
attack,
then body press
and put in
becomes
special defense, shit.
a viable move.
RIP flying press. But yeah, body press becomes this thing's signature essentially. Because you just take all these attacks, and then you just do big damage. It gets what? It gets bulk up too, right? So you could even just bulk up. You don't even need to wait for the stamina boost. You could just bulk up
That's true.
one time and then like I don't know, just body press next turn, bro. If you get 125 defense, which is what I'm hoping this thing gets, I think he needs to have something like very, very solid. Special defense, I don't think it needs to be touched because I do think that certain Pokemon need to have a weakness. And I think Hawlucha's weakness should be like special attacks or something, you know, just so that way they don't mess up any of his other stats. But if they want to lower its special attack to give it more special defensive bulk, I would not be mad at it.
I would not
honestly.
be mad at that if they go that approach.
Do you have any ideas for like where you want it stat wise or?
Not necessarily stat wise, but I do have another like broken ability I was
Okay.
thinking. So as you know, Unburden would not work
Right. Yeah.
because like it has no item to consume. The Mega Evolution like just kind of stays on it. So what I was thinking was it gets like an ability that pretty much accommodates for that, where on Mega Evolution you would get the Unburden boost. It works just like Unburden, but just when you Mega Evolve, and then if you switch out, you like lose it. So like you just get this massive burst of like Hawlucha with double its speed.
That sounds busted as fuck.
Yeah.
But I like that. I like where you're at. You know what? I got something for you, bro. Give this thing booster energy. And then just have a booster energy in the sun.
Oh, like
and-
attack,
or
like in both stats, or one or the other?
No, just this. Well, I mean, whatever stat is the highest, right? I mean, we should probably be speed
Oh.
anyways, but
That's not
Sure,
too
that's speed.
too shabby of an idea, actually.
like I'm thinking like, okay, how do you make Hawlucha broken? I mean, obviously, bro, that shit's not gonna work. I don't think because you have to run like sun for it. I mean, you don't have to run sun for it, but like,
Not necessarily
Um,
like booster energy, right? But like just in concept of what it is.
like an intrepid
like,
sword
whichever-
kind of.
Yeah, like whichever stat is higher, like you said, but like there's no like weather or anything. Like you just kind of get it,
Just
I
do
guess. Yeah.
But then it's only for the one time, and then you're like essentially it's intrepid sword is what I'm saying. But like,
yeah.
I feel like giving it for whatever stat it wants might be kind of broken. But I think, yeah, speed wise, like you said, the speed tier is decent. Like it's really good, but obviously it's not going to outspeed the likes of like Meowscarada or Cinderace or what other demons they got.
Deepole,
Deepole,
Alecki.
it's
Alecki is
never-
an anomaly though.
Lucky's never getting outsped either. But yeah, but that's the thing, right? It's like at this point, I don't know, dude. I think this thing definitely needs some like
It could go so many
broken ability.
directions. I think you have to go out of your way to fumble this guy. I'm not even gonna lie.
You know what they could do? You know what they could do? Because they emphasize flying press a lot. Hey, give this thing gale wings, man. Give this thing gale wings, just let it go crazy. Imagine turn 1 gale wings with flying press. You get flying press like priority.
But flying press is a fighting move.
But it has flying type capabilities though, does it not? I mean, maybe they can let some
It
shit
does.
fly. I don't know. They can figure that shit out. I don't know. Maybe gale wings for fighting. You get like a fighting gale wings or some shit.
Yeah.
Guaranteed
Bring
priority
back
CC. Oh man. All right. Well, with that being the case, do you think, like you said, it's gonna be kind of hard to mess up Mega Halusha? Where are we thinking this thing's gonna be crazy, like cracked, or do we think it's gonna be kind of mid? I'm thinking it's gonna be good at least.
Yeah,
good.
I think it's just good, you know, not anything crazy, not like middling, like just your average Joe, I guess.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's gonna be good. All right, well, we're a third of the way in, and we still have one of the, I don't want to say old ones, but one of the other ones that we got somewhat recently, Mega Malamar. And honestly, I think this is the one I'm kind of most interested to theory craft about, just based off of the description
This thing
of
is
its
so
moves. This thing is going to be, I don't know. Okay, so let's go ahead and read it, right? It says, its enhanced psychic power can take over someone's personality. Malamar's brain has become enlarged as a result of Mega Evolution. Greatly enhanced psychic power overflows from its body, emitting a bright glow. This vividly colored light further amplifies the Pokemon's hypnotic abilities, allowing it to freely overwrite the personalities or even memories of others. A terrifying power that can make someone seem like an entirely different person. Highly intelligent with a clever and haughty personality, its glowing, undulating tendrils are able to pick up on the feelings of those around it. It prefers battling with efficiency, using its powerful intellect to analyze the situation with level-headedness as it fights. Mega Malamar views others, even Pokemon trainers, as its pawns. If it disagrees with an order given to it by a trainer, it will sometimes respond by hypnotizing them, making this an incredibly difficult Pokemon to interact with. And I'm not gonna lie to you, that last part is that shit's kind of crazy, because what do you mean my move is a bad choice? What do you mean me pressing a Darkest Lariat on fucking this thing doesn't get Darkest Lariat, but like I can't think of anything right now. Dark Pulse on a fucking fighting type is a bad move, bro. Like, let me just do it. Let me get my shit off, bro. Like, hello. But I mean,
yeah, this thing
is funny.
I don't know.
I like the way it looks.
I hope they don't fumble this thing, but also this thing has the potential to be really scary. Off of flavor text, at least.
I forgot to put in one of the other flavor texts for this thing. There's a few of these that I guess I recently forgot, but there's like a move, or it talks about confusing. Wait, wait. I'm thinking of a different Pokemon. Sorry, I'm mixing all these together. Never mind. We're gonna.
Malamar is applying the effect on Amon as we speak.
Yeah, I know. I'm getting fucked up. Okay, going based off of what we're reading though. Are we assuming hypnosis? Are we assuming like what are we thinking? Like a signature move that has a chance to confuse or like hypnotize people? Because if you saw that original video with Dragonite in it, right? It was drowsy. It wasn't asleep, which gets me thinking, because we already know that Pokemon Legends usually doesn't have the sleep status effect. It's like what, drowsy essentially, where your defenses are half. It's like paralysis, but instead of speed, it's your defense.
Right.
And if that's the case, based off of what we've seen, it's gonna be kind of crazy. At least within Legends ZA, this thing might be kind of busted. If it could just make you like 100% chance to make you drowsy, and then it also could just hit you with the superpower right back and like get the contrary boost or whatever the fuck. But obviously that's not gonna happen because abilities are not within whatever it's called, ZA.
Yeah, ZA.
So I'm assuming whatever it translates to also, because Bitter Malice for Zorg, which I forgot the original application, and then whatever the current application is now, but before I think it like was a it inflicted frostbite onto you, which was like lowered your special attack stat, which I think was pretty good. But then they obviously changed that into some other shit, which I forgot what frostbite or what bitter malice does now. But
Pretty much 75, 100 accuracy.
yeah,
It lowers the attack just straight up.
I feel like that's mid. I feel like that's mid. But I mean, it's cool though. It's whatever. But I mean, looking at this thing, I think whatever its signature move is going to be changed by the time it gets to champions, or yeah, champions anyways. But despite all that, this thing looks sort of, I don't know. Do you think this thing looks bulky to you? Like if we're going into stats and all that and stat theorizing?
It doesn't, but I think what they can do, right, is since its abilities are enhanced, like they could certainly touch special bulk for sure.
Yeah. I can see that.
But like in the physical side, I don't like.
Do you want them to touch it? Yeah, I was gonna say.
No, it's not getting touched. If anything, like low key, it might get lowered.
I was thinking that too, because it's kind of skinty. Like you look at like what fucking Mega Malamar looks like. It's like really like the waist is snatched, right? So it's like, to me, lower the defense, buff the special attack by a lot. But I know this thing is known to be the contrary physical attacker, right? With superpower, which was its niche, right? It had a very interesting niche, but I don't think the speed tier that it was at allowed it to really do anything, because shit, one U-turn, one first impression,
this thing
this thing is dead. So my thing is, bro, yeah, maybe we nuke the defenses, because if you look back at Mega Malamar's like body type, very skinny, it also floats around. I think you nuke the defenses by like 40, right? I think that shit just has to go.
That's crazy.
I think 40, because bro, like I already like, bro, you're gonna die to a U-turn anyways, right? And you're definitely gonna die to a first impression anyways.
Yeah, let's die to everything.
Well, I mean, but if you're fast enough, can you back it up? Sorry, my bad. Sorry. If you're fast enough, you don't have to worry about every single Pokemon. Because I mean, U-turn is good on a lot of Pokemon like Meowscarada, but like shit, if you're faster than Meowscarada, then shit, you have to really worry about a U-turn. Like
if you're fast enough, is it bad enough?
Yeah,
if Malamar throws it back, can you back it up?
I think
if he spits it out, can you handle that?
I think it could throw it back. I think it could throw it back. I'm not gonna lie to you. But that ass though, looking at it, if it gets the defense dropped, put all that shit into speed, and then just boosts the fucking special attack and attack by a shit ton.
Yeah, like it's offense.
That shit's good
for sure.
I think its attack stays the same. I think, but okay, do you think it keeps contrary though?
I think so. I think it does keep contrary.
Then if that's the case, this thing's golden. Like you don't even need the fucking defense, because you can just get the superpower boost with the contrary still, and then you're just good. But it's just so weird that its lowest stat is special attack, because usually psychic Pokemon are not like super duper physical. I mean, I guess you could look at Gallade, but like, you know, Gallade has its reasons design wise. I don't know why design wise this thing would be more physical. Dude, even in the anime, as far as I remember, it used more special attacks than it used physical. So it's like, what are we doing? I don't know.
Yeah, moving along a little bit.
Yeah.
I would like for it to get a signature move that applies topsy-turvy, but like on an attacking move, pretty much.
So,
so topsy-turvy, it inverts the target stat changes.
Right.
And I want that to be like on an attacking move.
I could see that. I could see that somewhat, because topsy-turvy as a move isn't terrible. It's just that, first of all, on the Pokemon that it is on, it's bad. On the like the speed tier that it's at, it's bad, and you can't really make a lot of good use of it. But like, bro, like imagine topsy-turvy was on a faster Pokemon, and you fought a Zacian, and then you just topsy-turvy that shit immediately.
Yeah, you topsy-turvy, it loses. Even for something like Zamazenta, that's huge,
good.
because it goes into Spadef, and now all of a sudden like body press like it's still doing like a lot, right? But it doesn't have the boost from body press anymore.
Or do you think they might do topsy-turvy and make it different? Like, because topsy-turvy switches like the attack and the special attack, right? Like for the boost, right?
It switches stats in general.
So like, but I know,
For,
but like, so like
attack,
attack
special
goes into
attack,
special attack.
defense.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What if they just make it like if you like any stat, like just do contrary actually on that other Pokemon for the move. So instead of like
that'd be really nice actually.
like you see a Zacian in front of you, right? Or a Zamazenta, and then instead of their attack being increased, oh shit, contrary for the entire field.
Yo, wait, no. Contrary for the field would go nuts. Like,
But the
it'd be
thing is,
so...
that's such a double-edged
it's
sword.
like
though.
it's a double-edged sword. Like you have to, like if you prepare for Malamar, like it
Oh,
could
I see.
cause this thing some trouble.
Right, CCs would
But
be
like
going
in
crazy.
theory, like if you don't respect this thing, like this thing is just gonna wall up all over you.
I think contrary for the field sounds fire as an ability. That would be crazy. Because, dude, I mean, for everybody that doesn't know what contrary does, effectively, if anything is dropped stat wise, like by attack or defense or special attack, it's actually risen, right? So superpower lowers your attack and defense and by 1, but for Malamar, it gets an increase by 1, right? So if they put contrary on the entire field, right? And for every Pokemon that's like active, that could be fucking broken as shit.
Yeah.
If that's
But-
the case, they
and by the
probably
way,
don't even need to do anything.
this thing has other applications as well. Like for example, Intimidate is so prevalent. This thing just gets a free
Mm.
attack boost.
That is true. Yeah.
Any setup moves that Pokemon have,
If assuming it's a on-field contrary, like their stats are getting lower, it becomes like a nuisance to them now.
Yeah, that would be
I
fucking
don't-
insane. Because the thing is, bro, okay, because I just want to look at the design one more time, right? Looking at this thing, it looks like it's going to have way more, like, just things that it could do, like status wise. I think this thing is going to be super duper hacks.
I think so too. Yeah,
I
this
think it might have
this
some
is
crazy
just
shenanigans.
touching the surface of this thing, the tip of the iceberg.
I think it has, I think it has Sneasler levels of potential, and that this thing's probably gonna get sent to Ubers. That's my prediction. Although I do think that the typing is so atrocious that it will probably be saved from Ubers because of that. But I do think if we're going by Smogon stuff, Smogon rule set, this thing will probably be really good. I'm hoping it's really good. I want it to be good. I don't know. Because Malamar has not seen any play at all. I mean, not at all. Like I've seen people run, you know, the obvious contrary superpower builds and all that stuff, but it doesn't feel like this thing really got a lot of shine in Gen 6, especially with all the megas that got introduced. I feel like if there was no megas in Generation 6, this thing probably could have seen a little bit more play, but bro, why the fuck would I be using Malamar if, you know, if I got a fucking mega Scizor that could just destroy it right then and there, bro? Like, I don't know.
Yeah, this thing is just really unfortunate on release.
Yeah, but there's potential. And like, aside from design and all that, I think this thing is gonna probably be pretty cool.
I think so too.
Yeah. All right, well, that was Malamar, you know. Other than Malamar, we have all the new guys. All the new guys. I'm not gonna lie to you, guys, chat. I love Chestnut. I love Chestnut. Chestnut's really cool to me. Looking at its design and all that, actually, let's talk about the stats or the whatever the flavor text says first, and then we can go on to like the design and what we think the stuff is going to be, right? So it says right here, a hardened outer shell greatly bolsters its defenses. Energy from Mega Evolution has been channeled into its outer shell and throughout its body, resulting in a dramatic increase in its defensive capabilities. The fur on its body has also grown and can act as an impact-absorbing cloak. Confident that it can withstand any sort of attack, it possesses a steadfast spirit and always remain level-headed. And then it says, its shield-like shoulder armor transforms into destructive weapons. When it removes a piece of its incredibly tough shoulder armor, spikes extend from the shield to form an axe-like weapon with a long handle. The shield turned axe head is so heavy that even Mega Chestnut's brute strength isn't enough to easily wield this weapon one-handed. But gripping it with both hands makes it possible for Mega Chestnut to use its weapon with exact precision to beat down foes. Looking at flavor text alone, it feels like it's getting a signature move. Just from the last one we just read, I feel like we don't have any. I mean, you could probably make that wood hammer, maybe, and just be like, that's what wood hammer looks like for it. But I feel like it's gonna get a signature move based on that like shoulder armor that gets transformed and all that. You know, I feel like that thing is gonna be like a strong. But I think it could be like, what's that? What's the maybe like a Giga Impact or something, but like grass, which doesn't sound that great. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, something that causes it to recharge, but it could recharge because it's so bulky or whatever. It just can do it without like getting hurt. I don't know. But looking at the other one, this thing's fur coat, right? Like this shit's gotta be fur coat. You can't say the fur on its body has been grown and can act as an impact absorbing cloak.
So what is displayed might be like night and day. There is also a lot of context to this, guys. So
I didn't know
so
you
we actually
lore.
have some hands-on experience with fur coat chestnut because we were in this small draft and overnight this thing was just a monster. I mean, first of all, its base defense is 122, like pre Mega Evolution. So you tap fur coat. Fur coat is
244. 244 defenses, bro. Like for base. That's fucking insane.
Yeah, secondly, we did find out that body press does not affect fur coat. Fortunately.
Or fur coat does not affect body press. Yeah.
Yeah, the other way around. Because the way it's worded, it's not like I don't know how to explain it.
Doubling your defense, it's having damage from physical attacks.
Yeah.
So since it's not doubling your defense, like it's doubling it to us, right? Because based on what we see, it is doubling it, but no, it's just having all physical attacks. So it's still probably gonna be good though. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's my question to you: if it does get fur coat, because it reads like it's gonna get fur coat, but do you think that this thing's defense gets moved in the slightest?
I think it does.
You think they move it up even more? Because it does say that it's confident in taking any attack. If this shit gets like 100, bro.
So
get closer, bro. Get closer. If they get this nigga like 160.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh
my god. I was gonna say this Mon. Yeah, let's go back to Mega Chestnut. Let me look at it again. A glance.
Let me go back. Yeah.
This is like a 140 base Mon.
So you're telling me that if it gets fur coat, it's gonna have 280 base defense. Good Lord, somebody help us. Like, oh my God. But it's worth it. This thing deserved it, bro. This thing definitely deserved. Chestnut needed something, bro.
Yeah, this globe is crazy. I can't even lie.
Because with 140 defense, right, it still gets fucked up by flying types, right? I've done some damage calcs already. I was looking at some stuff earlier and I was like, okay, you know what?
This funnily enough,
gets messed up.
Theoretical Mega Halucha flying press with the new, even with the new spread. Yeah,
no, even old school, yeah.
It would go nuts against this thing.
Bodies it. It actually does body. But this thing's defenses are still going to be extremely high. So it's not going to be a 2-hit KO, or it's not going to be a 1-hit KO. It'll more than likely be a 2-hit KO, unless you're like SD. But yeah, I do think I did some calcs with like what was it, acrobatics Halucha, just to see how much it did, and if with whatever fur coat stuff and the defenses that it has right here, it's a 2-hit KO, which I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, this thing is probably gonna be decent-ish just because of the fact that it has a lot of defensive capabilities. More than likely, I think we're going to see a good special defense increase. I think if anything, we get speed lowered again, but this thing could be a trick room demon and just like pop off.
Like, you can't go
still.
wrong with this guy, I don't think.
I think you lower speed. I think you lower speed because like you look at let's go back to the design one more time so we can see it in all its glory. It specifically talks about how its shoulder pads are so heavy that it cannot wield them with one hand. It has to be double-handed. So I feel like it has to be somewhat slow, which also it sucks that this thing doesn't even weigh that much. I wish I put the weight up here, but it's like 130 something pounds. And I'm like, is that including the like axe shield stuff, or is that like somewhat, you know?
Yeah, we're
not
not
on it. Like it's
really
crazy.
sure.
Heavy Slam would have went crazy with it, but I mean, I guess it doesn't matter that much. But looking at the stats though, I do think you might see an increase in special defense, right? Maybe to like 100 max, maybe like 120 attack. But I feel like this thing is just a defensive demon, bro. Like Leech Seed, Substitute, Leech Seed
sub, Iron Defense,
Iron Defense, Body Press. That's it. That's the set. That is the set. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, even if this thing doesn't get Fur Coat, right? The demons that it has to deal with, which are like what? Fluttermane. If they keep bulletproof on this thing, you're still cool.
Oh
right?
wait, yeah, Bulletproof is pretty good
Right,
against that matchup, yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, you probably still get bodied by like a Dazzling Gleam from a Fluttermane, but most Fluttermanes are running Moonblast, I'm pretty sure, right? I'm pretty sure. And then what? Other, like, I don't know. I mean, yeah, like the only threats you're really worrying about are like flying types, which are like going to be the physical ones anyways, because I'm not really seeing a lot of Hurricane merchants unless it's Developer, and that's pretty much it. But yeah, you could just run the body press.
Pidgeot's coming back.
Pidgeot is coming back. I forgot. Pidgeot is coming back. Never mind. This thing might need some. Yeah, he might need that. Some special defense. He might need some special defense. No,
Yeah.
I think. But if this thing to 140 defense, I don't know, bro. That's a lot. And maybe this thing is probably the most like. Not the most broken, but like just like the most like touched Pokemon. Pause. But like in terms of like what they did for the starters, like out of the 3 starters, I think this thing will get the most like stat changes to where it's like really good, because I feel like this thing has the potential to be like again, if we're going back to singles, right? This thing has the potential to be a late game demon, right? Early game demon. Just depends on when you use it at, but like I can see this thing doing, like you said, like spikes, Leech Seed, whatever, maybe some. Does it get Stealth Rock? I don't think it does. Oh, it does get Stealth Rock, but like I don't know. Just like a lot of good like defensive utility on this thing. It just sucks that it doesn't get leftovers anymore. So you probably need to run like another move that could get some like HP back, like Drain Punch or
Say no more. Don't worry.
something.
With ZA, they're going to give it Strength Sap. Don't worry.
See, you're saying this is a joke, but imagine if he got. Do you know how broken this thing would be if it got Strength Sap? Nah,
We're gonna give it Strength Sap.
No way, bro. That shit. Look, I'm telling you right now, this thing is Strength Sap is going to Ubers. I don't care. That thing, because I mean, bro, what do you do against this thing? Like if you're a physical attacker, Surledge isn't doing shit. Blaziken's not doing shit. I know it's like, okay, bro, I could Brave Bird. Yeah, I get that. But if this thing is as tanky as they say it is and is having all attacks and shit,
Dude, like
and it can survive
tanking,
one,
I don't care.
all
You're
it needs is to
tanking
survive
Brave
one.
Bird, get Strength Sap, get your HP back. They get
All the way.
weaker.
And then it's like you're just alive for even, bro. Nah. That's evil, bro. But I fuck with it. I fuck with it though. I fuck with it. But I know Smogon's gonna be looking like, we gotta ban this guy, bro. It's just too much. Actually, no, they like Stall, so actually, never mind. They probably keep.
They do like
My
Stall.
fault. I
No,
forgot.
but this might be
I forgot
the
it's not
anomaly for Stall if they go by that. But yeah, Strength Sap is certainly reaching.
That'd be hilarious though. I'd fuck with it though.
I don't know. They could do a lot. They can, like I said, if we go Wet Dream scenario, they could cut special attack and speed. Like,
That's probably what I would want. Like, get the special
Could be
attack
a
out of there, get speed
lot.
out of there. Bro, like this thing need okay, 4 times weak to flying type moves. Flying types are very common in any game. Like
That's
it
true.
needs bulky defenses, it needs special defenses, and honestly, even if it got like 160 defense with fur coat, it would still be, I think, worth it, just because this, bro, it needs some type of niche. Being able to technically have what damn, am I bad at math?
It would have 630,
320.
right? Oh,
Oh, well, you're thinking of that. I'm talking about like
yeah,
if
yeah,
it
I'm
had
talking
160
BST.
defense, 160 defense, and then like what is it? Doubled, or at least having physical attacks, but basically doubled. That's essentially 320 defenses for our base defense. That's fucking stupid. Technically, right? But
It's nuts. And then even if
I don't know.
like fur coat's not giving body press to boost, like 160 defense. Is that
That's
higher
still a lot.
than Zama?
I mean, technically no, because Zama still gets
Yeah,
the
Dauntless, right?
shield. Yeah, Dauntless shield. So it's
Yeah.
like,
So it's +1. It will be higher, but like as a base,
yeah, for base,
like
it'd be-
Zama has 140.
they just need to give him. Hey, look, all I'm saying is still though, that's not needs something though. I think it's worthwhile. I think it makes a lot of sense to just give this thing something good, because I'm gonna be honest, like with how slow it is, I could definitely see a flying type being like, all right, Hurricane. Like you said, Pidgeot, no guard, Hurricane, bam, thing gone already. That's your answer, deadass. If you want to have an answer to Chestnut, Mega Pidgeot, and that's it. So
This is the. Don't let that take away from the fact that this guy pioneered Spiky Shield. They
That is
stole
true.
his flow.
that is true, and also that's another thing too. Spiky Shield is that is a move. I mean, I guess you could just run Spiky Shield too for a couple things. You just gotta hope you survive one fucking Hurricane, bro. Or maybe, nah, that'd be too broken. What if its ability is like Fur Coat Plus and it like halves damage from everything?
Bro.
Like halves all damage. Fuck it, it's better than multi-scale too. Damn. Damn.
Multi-skill. Another thing I conjured up because I knew the fur coat talks was going to come around
Yeah.
would be like some kind of fortified guard, or like in addition to like bulletproof, you just essentially give it what is it? Armor tail similar to Fergaraf, where it's just immune to prio. I don't know, like
Okay.
I
No,
think that'd
I
be
can see
pretty
that.
nice.
You know, I've also seen other people say, like, based on the design for it, it looks like a, you know, a king, right?
Yes.
What if they gave this thing Supreme Overlord, bro?
This thing would be nuts with Supreme
Bro,
Overlord as
late
well.
game speed sweeper, bro. You just bring this thing in 160 defense, fucking body press.
Body press.
Yeah, everything's dying. Anything's dying to that. I'm not even lying to you. And if its defense is as high as it is, even with like, yeah, no, Supreme Overlord would be broken. Actually, right? I don't know. I think this thing has the capabilities of being cheeks, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, as much as I want to like glaze this thing,
It does.
it has a high possibility of being boo boo butt. But I'm going to still have copium for it and hope that they make it just as good. Honestly, as long as it's better than regular chestnut, which it's gonna obviously be, I'm still gonna be okay. I'm satisfied, right? Like, the design's cool. I'm a little bit upset that I have to wait for like whatever season 3 of ranked is for ZA, but I'm gonna be playing the game anyway, so it doesn't matter to me that much. But yeah, I'm excited. This is like my most anticipated mega right now. Deadass. Like fuck the leaks, fuck whatever else they got. Like this is my most anticipated one. All right, moving
Right.
onwards into our next Pokemon, we have Mega Delphox.
Oh man, Mega Delphox. Where do we even begin? This thing, I think, like Chestnut is second. This thing is first for glow ups. Like this,
Like
I don't
design
know,
wise,
man.
this shit is
Delphox
crazy.
has always been like a nothing but a Pokemon for me.
Like if you look at it, it's just like your average Pokemon. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out to be. Like I think it's like a fine design and base, but it's just it was never anything to write home about. But this,
This looks
yeah,
cool.
they understood the assignment. It's color gradient. You know the fucking
Like the dark into like the orange, the dark purple and orange. Yeah,
yeah.
looks
The
nice.
sticks just being around it too,
Cold.
like
It's
all lit
cold.
up. It's riding it without like it being literally like a surfboard, not even like your typical like witch.
Right.
I
This
don't
shit's
know.
cool. It's
We
cool.
we went off record talking about this as well when we first were described the leaks and like how people conceptualized it, dude. They did not do it justice at all
At
to
all,
how
bro.
we were
At all.
present. Yeah, they made it look so bad. This thing looks incredible.
I'm very interested to see what this thing is going to do. Like in game, it looks fun. I wish we got like an extra in-depth gameplay trailer for the megas, you know, like gameplay wise, because I want to see how this thing moves in game. But I guess we'll just wait, right? But it says right here, it mesmerizes opponents using its psychic powers. Its psychic abilities have been enhanced. Mega Delphox controls 2 branches that float by its side. It moves these branches as if they were brought to life by its magic, leaving onlooking opponents bewildered. It also floats atop a large lit branch, dazzling its foes even further. Dazzling ability? In contrast to its disoriented opponents, Mega Delphox stays calm and collected as it deals damage by landing precise attacks. And then it says, after confusing opponents, it incinerates them with scorching flames. Mega Delphox attacks its foes by skillfully coordinating its moves in tandem with the 2 lit branches floating nearby. And there's more. These seemingly autonomous flames don't just confuse the opponent, they can also be combined with flames Mega Delphox spits from its mouth, forming a huge fireball that engulfs and burns its targets. I don't know if that sounds like it to anybody. That's definitely a signature move, right? Like that's definitely a signature move. I just don't know in what capacity.
Yeah.
I had an idea for an ability that it gets levitate because I mean, look at it. And levitate, I think would be really good for it because having a ground immunity would be really nice, right? But also, I would say give it levitate like a double ability where it can float while also getting like access to the autonomous flames thing. So this is gonna sound kind of broken, but I promise it's not as broken. It's gonna probably be similar to Parental Bond, where it has.
Wait, I see where you're going.
Yeah, like the 2 sticks are autonomous, right? And they like do their own thing. So maybe like if you use flamethrower, it won't necessarily use flamethrower, but it'll also just do extra damage with the 2 sticks. So like every attack is a multi-attack, essentially.
I didn't even think about that. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's what I'm thinking. I think like based on the design and like the sticks have to matter. I feel like I'd be very mad if based off of the flavor text they talk about the sticks confusing them, right? Which is I'm gonna assume is like verbatim what it means. Like it's gonna confuse them. It's gonna like inflict the confusion status effect. Yeah, confuse and then maybe what? Like do extra damage if confused, or burn if confused for the other move. Like I don't know. Like it seems like I don't know. This thing could be broken. Not broken. It's just I feel like it has to have like a lot of status effects. Or I don't know what you were thinking though in terms of like ability or anything.
I'm not gonna lie, I did get lazy with this inability wise. Just gave it magic bounce and called it a day.
But magic bounce wouldn't even be bad though. That's the thing. I feel like on this thing it'd be pretty decent because like looking at its stats, like it's not terrible, right? These are workable stats. 100 special defense is pretty.
I will
solid.
say its stat spread is really good.
It is
for what it has to work with.
Right, like you can do like I'm gonna be honest, this thing is gonna be Mega Alakazam levels of fucking like special attack, bro. I think it's gonna be like not even Mega Alakazam, probably like closer to like Mega Gardevoir, where it's like
Thinking
maybe
like 165.
Yeah, 165 in the special attack category, maybe 124 speed, and then just the rest in the special defense and call it a day. I think like this boosts its already good stats, and it's solid.
Yeah,
right?
you
And
you don't
that's
have to
literally
do
all
too
it
much with
needs.
this thing. Yeah.
Like defense is already like the defense is 72 is respectable. I think you don't need too much defense, and I think its attack is low enough. I don't think they need to nuke its attack. I get that they're gonna probably increase it by somewhat, just because they want it to be somewhat balanced. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't think that they could talk about balancing anymore when we have, I'm gonna keep talking about it, Fluttermane running around rampant, and
Yeah, Flutter
like
Mane is just
hurting
like power
children.
crept like every special attacker, like with
Yeah,
the exception of some other broken ones that are above it.
and the only way to make those other Pokemon more broken is to just, or to nerf Fluttermane is to just make all these other Pokemon broken as shit too. So I don't know. I don't know. I think this thing is good. I think it has the potential to be good. I don't. Its ability before was what Magician. I'm gonna be honest with you, does not need it. I mean,
That
obviously,
was
it's not gonna
such a
use it
throwaway
anyways.
ability. It was so bad.
Like I feel like if they gave Delphox right now, I mean, Levitate doesn't make sense for it right now. But if they even gave it like Magic Guard or Magic Bounce, like we were saying, it'd probably be relatively decent. Like this thing would probably be at least like RU or UU, something like that. I don't even know what tier it's in right now. I'd have to look, but I don't
Right
know.
now, Delphox is PU.
Yeah, dog shit. So with that being said, I'm gonna be honest, design wise, this thing looks insane. I think stat wise, they have a lot to work with. 100 base stats to give it is gonna make this thing an absolute demon. And I just need this thing to be good. Because I don't even really like Delphox's base like form. Like this just doesn't inspire me at all. Like I get no inspiration from it. Like I don't feel, not even that I dislike it. It's just that I don't feel anything for it looking at it. But looking at Mega Delphox with like the whole witch wizard vibes, like with the long beard and all that, like this is a lot of this is the most Delphox glaze you'll ever see me give, because I prefer Braixen over Delphox, right? But this,
Right.
it needed this. It genuinely needed this, because this Pokemon had no swag, no sauce until it was Braixen, right? And then it turned into Delphox. I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, it had no aura, and like, bro, Mega Delphox is aura farming. It's mogging you. Like,
It
I don't
is.
know what you want me to say.
I think this thing has the potential to be good. I think even if its ability is bad, or if its like signature move is bad, if they just increase the stats that need to be increased, a fire psychic type, offensively, that's not too bad. Take out fighting types, take out poison, take out the steel, grass, bug. Hard. I mean, Chi-Yu kind of walls you. I'm not gonna lie, Chi-Yu does wall you, but I mean, this thing gets Dazzling Gleam, right? So I'm like, assuming. I'm assuming it should be fine against dark types even. So we'll see though.
What's it called?
What, did you have anything else?
For moves, I was gonna say move wise, we conjured up a crazy ass move the other day.
What were
It
you
was
thinking?
so unbelievably custom. So I like toned it down, and I thought of just some generic stuff. So we'll call this move Hex Flame,
Oh, hell
and it
no.
works exactly how you think it does. So it's
Uh-huh.
it's like Hex for fire types, pretty much, right? And if
Okay.
there's status, like it doubles.
So it's a fire type hex.
I was yes, it's a fire type hex. I was thinking though, I'm gonna take a page out of your book. I think this move should have
Hit
some type of
twice.
status
Oh,
where
already
like it
locked in?
confuses, right? And
Yeah.
then with your like parental bond, like the second hit is just well, it's gonna do like less damage, right?
Right.
But it's gonna apply the other hit, and it's gonna like do I don't know, like
That does sound custom as fuck, because that means that all you got to do is just do the confusion thing, right? And
Right.
then, yeah, if it doubles, I think they're gonna call it like if it's an ability like that, I think they're gonna call it like the Witch's Familiar or some shit. I don't know, and that's gonna be like the 2 branches, because those branches apparently have a life of their own or a mind of their own, right?
right.
They have autonomy, so I'm assuming it's gonna be on some parental bond shit for the ability. Other than that though, I don't know if you have anything else you wanted to say about Delphox. I still think this thing's gonna be OU. I think it's gonna be good. I don't think this thing's gonna be bad. I think it's gonna be pretty good mega, if anything.
I think this thing is pretty self-explanatory, like we said. The stats kind of write themselves the ability to have room to like do anything, but they need to give it either the ability you're talking about or the obvious ones like magic bounce, etc. Of course, like a signature move, so on and so on.
Yeah. 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 Well, that's Delphox. We got to move into the last Kalos starter, which honestly we might have to be talking about. Honestly, we actually probably won't have that much to talk about because this thing's the GOAT. We already
It
know
writes
about.
itself.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
he
already
needs
know.
no introduction.
Let's go ahead and read the description. This ninja Pokemon forgoes stealth to make full use of its sharpened reflexes. Unleashing the energy of Mega Evolution has dramatically improved Mega Greninja's reflexes. It intentionally reveals itself to push opponents into attacking. Then, it detects their incoming attacks and moves so swiftly that it's able to strike first. Normally, Greninja would appear in a flash and disappear like a ninja. Now that it's Mega Evolved, it no longer bothers hiding itself, demonstrating to its opponents it's confident that it will win. Clinging upside down to gigantic and rapidly spinning water shuriken. It clings upside down to a giant floating water shuriken that was created from a gel-like membrane secreted from its body. Gross. Opponents caught off guard by its surprising appearance are then wrapped up in its long tongue and prevented from attacking. It charges toward immobilized foes to attack from its gigantic and rapidly spinning shuriken. I'm not gonna lie to you. This sounds like, to me,
Yeah.
paralysis on Mega Evolution? I don't know. No, that sounds crazy. But like, I'm trying to think.
So here comes the Greninja glaze, right? Bro
Yeah.
is emanating an aura. How could you like look at this thing and say it doesn't? For people that are like, didn't do too much for Greninja. If it ain't broke, don't fucking fix it.
Yeah, 100%.
And bro has a giant shuriken now, and then he says he will move first. Like, what are we talking about? He will move first.
I'm gonna be honest. I think they give this thing priority in all dark type attacks. Like
Bro said
everything
he will
is.
move first, and he will win. Like, what are we talking about with that flavor text?
I think that flavor text actually is gonna be a part of its ability or something. Like, it's just,
All of
it's
its
so
moves
fa-
are fucking prio.
I think so, bro. I think he applies prio to water or dark type moves, or like all of its stab moves.
Yeah.
I feel like that could be cool because if you're not gonna give this thing Protean again, right? Then, and you want to make it unique to like, you know, Protean Greninja and also the elephant in the room, Ash Greninja, then I feel like
Right.
you have to sort of do something, right? Like, I don't know, but that's what it sounds like to me. Like, okay, it detects their incoming attacks and moves so swiftly that it's able to strike first. That either means that its speed is stupid, dummy, ugly, fast, or it has high priority in its some of its moves, maybe. And then it's the giant shuriken, water shuriken thing. I think I'm gonna be honest with you, that sounds like sticky web. Like, as an attack, like, you know, like how there's like stone axe that like puts
Oh, right.
like stealth rocks on the field. I think this is gonna do just sticky web on the field because based on what it says, it's gel-like membrane secreted from its body, right? That's what it's hanging on. And then, but then it says it uses its tongue to immobilize them. Maybe, I don't know. We'd have to see. I feel like this one's kind of harder, but it does sort of look like it could be like a sticky webs with the water shuriken. Like, it throws a water shuriken down and then it just applies that effect to the field. That'd be fucking insane, actually. That'd be gross. That'd be gross.
That'd be really nuts, yeah.
Because it has to have an enhanced version of water shuriken, right? It can't just be regular water shuriken anymore. I mean, it can have regular water shuriken, but like, I think it's gonna get water shuriken plus or something, or like
It's gonna
Mega
get
shuriken.
Aqua Shuriken.
Rasen shuriken.
Bro.
That's basically what this shit is, bro. I know you see it. That is a Rasen
Yeah.
shuriken, bro.
So I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. they gotta bring true protein back. Like
They could. They could. But
I
then,
think they could just give it to this guy and then just make it to how old protein used to work.
I think
Call it,
what
they could do a lot, like you said.
Protean was only broken because of Cinderace, right? That's my theory. Is that because Greninja, they were fine with Protean, nobody had an issue, and then Cinderace got Libero,
Yeah.
and that shit was broken as fuck because of the Pokemon that it was on. Like, what do you mean you also get high jump kick and gunk shot and then like just a bunch of bullshit? Like, yeah, that thing is gonna be broken. Yeah, I don't mind Protean. I mean, looking at its stats, low key, once again, we have a lot of shit to work with.
It's not just protein, it's true protein.
True Protean, yeah, like OG Protean. But I don't know. You don't think that'd be boring? You don't want to try to like have like a different play style with this thing?
Obviously, that would be like a cop out, right?
Yeah.
But they can do a lot with this thing.
Anticipation. I don't know.
Adaptability.
Adaptability. You see, you're saying that as a joke, but I could actually see adaptability actually makes a lot of sense. I think adaptability might have to be it. That might have to be the ability, bro. I don't know. I could see it. I don't know. It sounds gross though. I'm not gonna lie to you. But yeah, looking at everything though, stat wise, yeah.
This is another case where
Mixed
like
attacker.
stat wise, like it's just kind of like already displayed for you. You know, maybe you make defenses like an even 70, you know, and everything else is just like attack, special attack, and speed. It's already there.
Well, I was gonna say it's even more already there because Ash Greninja exists.
Exactly.
But the thing is with Ash Greninja, it gets
Well, this
110 boosted instead of 100. So you have to look at these stats because I'm gonna be honest. I think this is the stat spread, but they have to take 10 somewhere. And the question is where do they take 10 from? Either they take 10 from the defenses and they just leave it as this, or they completely change everything around. Because I have a question for you. Do you think Ash Greninja is going to be usable in Legends ZA and Champions? Probably not Legends ZA, but at least in Champions. Do you think it's going to be like OG Battle Bond?
I don't think so, man.
I kind of, yeah.
I want them to, but I don't know what it is with them, but I don't think they will. Maybe it's because of the presence of Mega. I know this thing isn't like a Mega evolution per se, right?
It's kind
But
of
with
worse.
the presence being gone,
Yeah.
like they just had no need. I don't know. It just
True.
it never felt right that they got rid of this thing.
Yeah, but I mean, it also kind of makes sense since Ash isn't the main character anymore. But I mean, they could always bring him back.
That's
But I mean,
true,
you can't look at the anime and be like, and just ignore it. You know, this thing has presence. So I feel like the ill.
I mean, this is a big elephant in the room. Like people are talking about like comparing this guy to Mega Greninja. Like they clearly know.
I think what they might do is probably, if anything, make it faster than this, or just copy and paste the fucking stats. I'm not gonna lie. They might just copy and paste the stats.
I could see this thing being like 140, 143 in speed, and then its special attack is just like lower. Like I think it's like 143 or some shit like that. Like I think like you said, it's kind of similar, but its speed is a little higher. I would say.
Higher. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, other than that though, I don't think there's really a lot to say about Greninja and Mega Greninja because this thing is just broken, bro. We already know how good this thing is. Like, I feel like this thing is gonna be good 100%, but it just depends on what way they want to lean. If they want to do like, you know, one side where it's completely unique stat spread and it's a new way to play with Greninja while also keeping Battle Bond Greninja, so that way they could all three of them could be unique and different in their own way.
Honestly, if they do one stat spread I mean, like
Yeah.
they could go that direction too. Like it doesn't have to be mixed,
True.
just as long as it does one or the other. This is the case where like you have to go out of your way to kind of fumble this guy as well. I'm
That
not
is
gonna
true.
lie.
That is true. Yeah. Yeah. Well, with that being said, there's only, well, I guess 2, but we're gonna do them at the
Yeah.
same time. Mega evolutions left. We're gonna go into
The one that was unprecedented.
very unprecedented. We're gonna start with Mega Raichu X. So it says right here, it floats using electromagnetism and concentrates electricity into its
man.
fists. Give me 2 seconds. Hold on. Damn it. Okay, sorry, that interrupted me. Okay, so I'll edit that out. All right. The repulsion from, well, actually, let me start that over because I might as well just start it over. Okay. It floats using electromagnetism and concentrates electricity into its fists. The repulsion from the electromagnetic force generated by its 2 tails allows it to float as it moves. Its ample subcutaneous fat can store up electric energy, letting it maintain a high electrical output and heightening its defensive capabilities. Using electromagnetism to propel itself swiftly through the air, it can take down opponents several times its size with a single blow of its electrically charged fists. It bears a distinctive resemblance to regular Raichu. So that was Raichu X. I'm going to move on to Raichu Y real quick, and then we could go back and read everything again later. It strikes swiftly and bathes foes in electric power. Mega Raichu Y's greatest strength is its ability to unleash its power instantaneously, so it excels in short, decisive battles. The amount of electricity it can generate in its electric sacs on its cheeks has been powered up. The energy generated in these cheek pouches is amplified as it courses in a zigzag pattern between its tail and the spiky horn-like fur on its head, letting it unleash powerful electric type moves. All this electric energy gives it a wild and combative temperament, causing it to eschew tactical maneuvers in favor of a straightforward approach to battling. It bears a distinctive resemblance to Pikachu. Now, that being said, looking at everything, well, actually, let's go back a little bit.
Obvious.
Let's go
what
back first.
they're gonna do with stat spreads for one or the other.
Yeah, this one's definitely the physical one, and this one is definitely the special one. One thing I do want to mention about X, though, right? Let's start with X and like the ability theory crafting and all that stuff. We were talking about this when it first got announced. This thing is more than likely going to have one of 3 abilities. No, one of two abilities. Actually, no, let's do 1 of 3 because that's what I'm assuming. The first one is just levitate, which is easy. This is easy. You just throw levitate on this thing, and it's good. Like based on the like electromagnetic force, right, that they're bringing up, it's good enough. This thing has no weakness essentially. It's Electros, but like better. I mean, maybe not better,
Yeah,
but
it's
you
better
know.
Electros.
Actually, okay. You think it's gonna be better Electros? Probably.
Yeah, I mean, considering it's gonna be even more offensive, more than likely. I think
Yeah.
so.
Okay. Now, the second ability that we both had in mind was what if, well, Nestor immediately brought up, what if it has Magnet Rise, like, built in? But then we were like, well, wait, but that's just levitate, right? So then I thought, what if they gave Magnet Rise to the entire field? Or like to everybody that's an electric type?
Like, everyone that's an electric type or like allies, etc. When I was saying it, I didn't include like electric types, but this would more than likely be catered to them.
Yeah, just for like doubles shit, because the way that I'm thinking of it is that if you're in doubles and you have a Mega Raichu X and then like let's say a Magnezone, you could relieve both of them of their ground type weakness, right? But then I would also assume, in order to balance it out, is that if there's another electric type on the field, like let's say Tapu Koko, and it's your enemy's Tapu Koko, or like a Regieleki, they also benefit from that Magnet Rise boost, which is why I'm saying for the field, either for the allies or for the field only. I mean, I think allies would be better in my opinion.
Allies would be like a little nuts. That it has to only be for electric types.
Yeah,
That's for allies.
if it's for allies, then you just make everybody immune to ground, you know. Which, yeah, I think honestly, if I'm being extremely honest, I think it's way more likely that this thing just gets levitate and that's it, and you call it a day, or it gets Iron Fist, because it does talk about it using its fists a lot, even though they're just kind of nubs. But you know,
You do have to remember, Amon, this is DLC tax.
that is
So-
true. That is true. That is true. So we won't even be able to actually see that. So this thing is going to be getting hit. But what if they just have like an innate ability? Because they already have Regigigas in Legends Arceus that doesn't get affected by, or it still has slow start no matter what.
Which is
And
insane, by the way.
And Arceus has the whatchamacallit. So they might do some shenanigans and be like, look, it's floating because of the whatever the fuck. And it has like a hidden ability. Like that's not actually there, you know? That's what I'm
Right.
assuming. That could be the case, right? Going on to Raichu Y, I'm not gonna lie to you, this is just like Mega Pikachu. But then also at the same time, it's like just gonna be more straightforward. I think it's just gonna be strong and fast. Right now, like you said, going into stats and stuff, it is way easier to see where they're going to put things. I don't think they're going to lower any of the other stats. I think the attack and special attack for both of them are going to just stay the same.
Yeah, they're just like, what is it? X is gonna be like attack, and then
physical,
like
yeah.
speed, and Y is special attack and speed, or something like that.
Well, I was going to say 110 speed is already really fast. I don't think Mega Raichu X is going to get a huge speed increase, mainly because, well, first of all, usually most X Pokemon aren't fast. I mean, I say most X, but like I think Charizard X is slower than Charizard Y, and Mega Mewtwo X is definitely slower than Mega Mewtwo Y, right? So I'm assuming that Raichu's gonna stay at 110 base speed, or maybe like a small speed increase, but they talked about its defenses being increased also. So maybe they do a big increase to its physical defense and attack. And they might lower some special attack just to make it like, you know, a little bit more balanced, a little bit stronger. Because I can't see this thing being super duper good. But I mean, shit, a Volt Tackle that's like 140 attack or something like that could be kind of crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, Volt Tackle would go nuts. I was thinking of a custom move. Like, I don't know. Assuming like Iron Fist, if they cop out talking about its fist, which, I mean, if we look at its fist, can we go back to X? Like, I want to talk about this.
Yeah.
Where?
It's literally just the nubs. It's literally just the nubs, bro.
I don't know. That's just me, but I mean, we will have to see it in game. This is just based off of what we're seeing. I digress, though. Volt Uppercut is coming to the game. 50% chance to paralyze, and it's a fisting move. Well, Plasma Fist. Like, come on,
pause.
come on, bro. We're not
pause.
giving it Plasma Fist.
Yeah, just give it Plasma Fist. It's the same thing. Just give it that. I don't know. I mean, I guess. I mean, I don't mind that. I was gonna actually say like an ability or a move that increases or gives you Magnet Rise, like an attack that gives you Magnet Rise if you land it.
Could be good
But
too, yeah.
The issue is you'd have to land it and to be an electric type move, and all they have to do is switch into Landorus, and then you don't get that off. Or like just any ground type, and you won't get it off. Or like a Volt Absorb Pokemon. But that's if they power. Because I'm just saying, you're talking about its fists a lot, and then you're also talking about like its electromagnetism, right? So I feel like you just combine the two, give it a fist move, or sorry, a punching move that will give it an electromagnetism rise. Or they just say, fuck it, give it Levitate and Iron Fist, call it a day, and it's done. Because they've done, like I said, they've done this before with like just combining abilities and just being like, yeah, like fucking as one, as an ability. I mean, I know it's in a legendary that it has that, but like, I mean, shit, these are megas. Megas are like somewhat a legendary equivalent, somewhat, you know?
Not only that, but these are DLC.
Yeah, this is also DLC. DLC tax is there, bro. They need to actually, yeah, you know, now that I think about it, you're 100% right. You're 100% right. But yeah, going back though, looking at everything, we have to go look at Mega Raichu Y. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's the one that's gonna be like speed and special attack, and then that's it. I think they lower its defenses also because based on what they were saying, he wants to get matches done quickly, which makes me think that
glass cannon.
It's gonna be like a glass cannon, yeah, with high special attack.
yeah.
And that's, I'm gonna be honest, that's it. I can't think of an ability.
Yeah,
I heard somebody say electromorphosis or morphosis, whatever the fuck, but
electromorphosis or something
I
like
don't.
that.
Yeah, I don't think unless because if they
What would that entail? Like, what would that do?
it dies. I mean,
Right.
because it's. I mean, not it dies, but like if you get hit by an attack, it charges your electric power, so that way your electric moves do double, right? The only
right.
what
What's his face gets?
belly bolt, yeah, belly bolt, yeah. But the only issue I have with that is that this thing is not going to be bulky.
Not tanky, yeah.
So it's not going to tank anything. Maybe for X, I can see Mega Raichu X getting electromorphosis or something like that, which actually might be pretty cool if it actually gets the defense boost that it says it gets. But its HP is still too low for me to even see it like, you know, being usable.
The way I see these Pokemon is that they're kind of like dancing around, slithering away, not necessarily like in a literal defensive way, but I don't know. They're just slippery, I guess.
I get that too. I think if it's Mega Raichu Y, just so I can get a visual real quick, I'm gonna swap over for Mega Raichu Y.
Visuals are fire.
No, I'm saying no, bro. They need to do the 2D art also. By the way, the 3D art is not doing any of that shit justice, right? But going based off of like the way that this thing looks, do you think that this thing just gets transistor?
Transistor.
Do you? I don't know, bro. Like,
Discharge is gonna go nuts.
I'm just saying, bro. Like, can you imagine a world where this? Because they just say it wants to like decide battles like effectively and decisively, whatever. Do it quick, essentially. The only way you do this thing quickly, bro, is like shit. Make it fast as fuck and make it strong as shit. Make it a much stronger Regieleki. The only issue is that it doesn't have access to air balloon. Yeah, it doesn't matter. This thing still be broken.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So for its stats, I mean it's obvious, right? But like, what are the numbers for like its attack, its special attack for both of them?
Well, attack is 95, special attack is 90.
But like for Mega Evolve, what would you give them?
Oh, okay. Well, for special attack, okay. So for special attacking one, I think you take off a little bit of the attack and give it like 150, maybe 160.
150 is 150 was what I was thinking, like on top of my head.
And then you put the rest in the speed and just call it a day. But for the other one, for X, I think you buff up the attack to like 140. Because if it gets Iron Fist, then it already gets the boosted modifier from Iron Fist, right? And then you buff up the defense by 50. No, not by 50. Yeah, maybe by 50 actually. Maybe just put it out to like a solid 105. And then special defense is 80. Keep the speed as it is. Keep the special attack as it is, because you know Mega Charizard still has a lot of special attack, even though it's a physical attacker. But I think the reason they did that is because of Tough Claws attacks, which is why. So yeah, I think that's what you do. Yeah, if they give it Iron Fist specifically, I don't know though. Attack wise, I would prefer it to be more like set in stone, because at the end of the day, I'm not using a Mega X Pokemon to be like a special attacker. Like that just seems backwards to me. Like I know you can do it, but I wouldn't want to do it, you know?
Right.
Also, I was gonna say, I think they have to start giving these Pokemon a little bit more moves. I'm not gonna lie. Raichu probably needs some more like does it get Drain Punch or Close Combat or some shit? I don't know. Like
it doesn't.
I think they need to give this thing CC or a Drain Punch, or just a punching more punching moves. Like
I will say, like supportive wise, it is in the right direction. Like it does have fake out and stuff. Electric moves, I mean, come on, it's gonna get everything in the book. Volt Tackle is
gonna be extremely
custom
powerful
move.
Right. Yeah.
That's really about it though. Like, I mean, it does get Knock, but are you running Knock Encore for? I mean, both formats now. Encore's good in singles as well, even now.
I mean, you could.
You could do a lot of things, but it's one of those things where its move pool doesn't look good on paper, but the moves it gets is enough. Just
Yeah.
coverage wise is where it falters, though, for sure.
I mean, there's a definitely high possibility that we get brand new moves in Legends ZA. So I could definitely see a world where they like just give us a bunch of brand new stuff that Raichu was able to learn. And, you know, especially with the DLC being a thing, like there could be new moves there too. So we'll just have to see. I think this thing can probably be decent. I think this thing has a chance. It just depends on what the abilities that they give it. I feel like if there's gonna be no ability that's like crazy broken on these guys, then they're probably gonna be very underwhelming. You know?
I'm not gonna lie, I just thought of something right now for specifically Raichu Y. And you could thank the anime for this. Remember how Pikachu was able to hit Onyx?
I knew you were gonna say some bullshit. Oh my god.
Bro, give Y access to being able to hit ground, bro. His electricity is so powerful.
No, he has one. It's called fucking Surf, bro. Just put Surf on your fucking Raichu already. Oh my
bro,
god.
we need that stab. We need that stab to hit.
Oh my. On Onyx and Rhydon, bro. They're 4 times weak to water, bro. Oh man. Okay, I'm not
just
gonna
saying
lie.
though. I mean, it's
if they
right
do
there.
that, if they
shown in the anime,
if they do that and make it to where electric type moves are able to like
ground types aren't gonna be able to pivot
types.
for free.
Like Landorus dies to this thing.
Oh, right, Lando just dies. Yeah.
Like that's what I was getting at. I'm like, bro, a lot of mons just die at that point.
Gliscor is a fraud.
Gliscor gets bodied. No, Gliscor gets decimated. Bro, if they do something like that, oh hell nah. Like what?
They do it, bro. It's the mascot's evolution. They will end DLC. They have to tax this thing.
That's the opposite of a tax. That's a fucking
opposite of tax. They gotta
tax break. You got a tax break, bro. Oh my god. Of course, Big Pika has to always get something, bro. Huh? But I guess this is Big Rye, huh? But even then, that's really just Pikachu right there, bro. Like, let's be dead ass. Like, that's just Pikachu. I don't know.
Anything for the glaze.
All right. Well, with that being the case, that is going to be the end of today's video. I enjoyed chatting about Mons and Mega Evolutions and all that, but this video is already starting to look like it's about to be 2 hours long. So
2 hours?
It's been 1 hour and 43 minutes because we went pretty in depth with each Mega Evolution. So, but it's okay though. It's cool. I mean, if anybody, you know, y'all like Pokemon, y'all gonna watch this shit regardless, right? So I mean, I don't know. But with that being the case, though, very excited for Legends ZA. I will be playing that on stream 100% when it drops, guaranteed, no matter what. Like that Wednesday, whatever the 15th is, we'll be streaming like most of the day until that shit drops, and then we're gonna just play it the entire time, right? So I'm very excited. I don't know, Nestor, do you have anything you wanted to bring up about ZA or just the Megas in general?
I'm very excited, and there's probably, I mean, there will be more Megas that have not even been unveiled, and possibly more future Megas and DLCs.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of content for that.
Yeah, I'm hoping, and I know they already announced the DLC before the game came out, and everybody's mad about that. And I agree, it is kind of strange to announce it before the game's out, but I don't know. I was saying that Legends Arceus had a lot of potential, and they just didn't tap into that with the DLC. So I'm glad at least that they see some like amount of, you know, worth in ZA a little bit, but we'll just have to see. So like I said, we'll be back with more Pokemon videos, of course. I'm gonna use Nestor as much as I can because, you know, I like to bounce ideas off of him. I feel like it's easier to bounce ideas off of him than with like, I don't know, some other goobers that I know and just be saying bullshit in my ears. So with that being the case, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you, Nestor, for being here. But once again, we'll see you guys next time. Peace out.